love Landon. And the last thing I want to do is for, like, anyone to think I'm trying to, like, say anything bad about him or, you know, run his name through the mud. Like, if I were to talk about the unhealthy parts of my past relationship, it would, you know, I just feel like some people would take it the wrong way, and he's not here to speak for himself or give his side to anything. And I would really want to, like, share both sides of it, because, like, we were unhealthy to each other. Like, I wasn't perfect in our relationship. He wasn't perfect in our relationship. We both did things to each other that were not right. And we both just, we weren't ever trying to hurt each other. And I have fully forgiven him for everything that he's done to me. And so I do see how it would be really helpful to a lot of people to talk. Someone's like whistling. Really be helpful to talk about that, and like there's a lot to learn. Like, I've learned so much myself from that relationship, and it's taught me so much. And, you know, I want to share that with people, but at the same time, you know, it'd be different if he was here. If I could do it in a way that showed both sides and didn't, like, had no bias and, I don't know, just the most respectful way possible, then yeah, because I do completely understand, maybe not completely, but I understand why he did some of the bad things he did, and, you know, he was just really not okay mentally, and that has an effect on those around you and how you treat them. And, you know, I don't blame him. I don't. But, yeah, it's hard. Do I still live in Florida? Yes, I do. Are you okay with more non-typical female compliments, like handsome, etc.? Yeah. I mean, as someone who, like, I don't know, gender is a social construct anyways, and sometimes I do feel kind of handsome. Sometimes I'm like, damn, I'm handsome. Yeah. What time is it? It is 3:40. Do I think me and Landon would have ended up getting a divorce? I don't know. I guess that really depends on him. You know, if he would have stayed with us, I was going to stick by his side till the very end. Like, when I made my vows to him, you know, I meant it when I said till death do us part, and you know, I was willing to stay until, you know, to wait out this period in his life that he was going through and to get him the help he needed. And, you know, no matter how bad things got, you know, I planned on staying. I don't think I would have left him, or I think it would have really taken a lot for me to do that, but who's to say? And I don't know. There's a lot of what ifs when it comes to suicide. There's so many. Well, what if? What would have happened? And how would have things played out? Honestly, anytime someone passes away. So yeah. I don't know, it's just one of those things that I guess we'll never know, but I stuck around probably longer than a lot of people would have, and put up with more than a lot of people would have while he was in his addiction, because I loved him. How are you still growing as a person? I think just in my habits and just my overall mental, like, mindset, and like how I just think about life. Yeah, I feel like I'm growing every day. And sometimes it's like one step forward, 2 steps back, but yeah. Someone said, I deadass don't believe her about Landon. You're not going to try to place blame on him and make him out to be something he wasn't. He gave his whole life and soul to you and the girls. And that's why I'm reluctant to share more about our relationship and the struggles we went through, and to just be more transparent about that, because there's a lot that people just like wouldn't believe. Like, when someone is an addict, their whole mindset shifts, and they aren't themselves, and they do things that they normally wouldn't do. And, you know, you guys knew Landon to a certain extent. Like, obviously no one knows him like I do, or how the people in his life knew him, but, you know, you knew him and his heart, and how kind he was, and how he was a great dad. And you saw that part of him for sure. And so that's why it's so hard to believe that he would ever be anything but that. And so for me to share some of the things that I went through while he was deep in his addiction, some people would just straight up wouldn't believe me. And, you know, I would think I'm trying to make him out to be something he wasn't. And that's the last thing I would want to do, because at the end of the day, I know who he really was, but he wasn't acting like himself. Like, he was making himself out to be someone he wasn't, because he wasn't being himself in that moment, and, you know, when he was going through that. So yeah, you know, I don't know if I'll ever really share what I went through.